Jaye Spot on Intellectual Radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, you all, Jay. Thank you all so much for tuning in, guys. We have an amazing show lined up tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and go to YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel there. That's the Jaye Spot Radio, guys. Jay is Jaye. Now, listen, you all, our first hot topic, I want to get back to this because I feel deceived. I feel disgusted. I feel really upset about coming to the rescue of this Bama last week. The guy that left his 3 kids in McDonald's as he supposedly went to a job interview. Come to find out, this Bama was lying through his raggedy little crooked chipped teeth. Listen, because I'm going to tell you one thing about these little kids. Baby little kids will tell it all, okay? Don't do nothing wrong. Don't do nothing in front of no kids that you don't want out. Don't sneeze, don't steal, don't lie, don't cheat, don't do anything around a little kid, because these little kids will, listen, sing like a bird for a Happy Meal. Baby, they will tell all of your secrets. They'll tell your pin code they'll tell everything. They questioned the little 10-year-old baby, and she was telling them, he wasn't at no interview. He do this all the time. He take us and leave us all the time. Cedric, as Cedric was saying last week, you know what? I'm going to have to jump on your team, Cedric, because I didn't understand. Why is Cedric saying, he's unfit and send him to jail? Send that Bama to jail. Do not pass go. You have people out here raising money and, feeling all bad for him. I'm one of the ringleaders feeling bad for him. Just to find out you lying. You lying sack of crap. Okay, so I had to get that off my chest. So whatever you all do with him, listen, have your way with him, because that so was not cool. You out here tricking off and you leaving your little kids up in the McDonald's while you over here probably getting your little tallywhacker sucked somewhere, leaving the little kids up in McDonald's playland. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you little raggedy. Okay. Now, but this week's hot topics, guys, listen. Speaking of risking it all, what do you all think about Usher's latest conquest? Listen, baby, the video has been circulating with the lady that kissed Usher. Baby, listen, she risked it all, okay? Because this lady done kissed Usher at his concert. And now, when she get home, her husband has served her those papers. It's time to get those papers. He's like, listen, she kissed Usher, but she has never, in all of the years we have been married, she has never kissed me in public. So this man is saying, you know what? I'm divorcing her. What do you all think about that? Do you think that the husband should give his wife a pass for kissing Usher at the concert, or are you guys on his side saying, listen, you know what? No, he should divorce her because she kissed Usher and in public, and we've been married all of these years, and she has never kissed me. She has never kissed me in public. I'm leaving her. What do you all think about that?
First of all, it was Jamila Tillman, who I know her personally, and she's been to the station several times. And she came out.
The voice that you hear is the producer, and she came Earl, the other Winfrey.
She came out and said the story was fake.
So.
And also, I just want to say, if it was me, I wouldn't mind being second to Usher.
So according to the video that's going on, that was Earl, the other Winfrey, the producer. He's saying that this is the lady, he knows the lady, and she's saying that it's a fake story. She has been here to the radio station, Intellectual Radio, and he's saying that she's saying that it's a fake story. So allegedly, the woman goes to the Usher concert. Listen, because listen, I'm not one to gossip, so you have not heard that from me. So we're gonna slap an allegedly on there until she calls me, girl. You can call me J 708-223-8953. And if you want me to take the alleged off and get your side of it, listen, I am here from 5 to 7 today. You can call me and let me know. We can clear this ish up. But right now, allegedly, this woman has kissed this man kissed Usher. Just baby, whoa! Now listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing that was not a lie and one thing that was not allegedly, baby. The way you listen, she had to change them underwear when she got home, baby. The way her body was shaking and shivering and she was trembling, baby. He hadn't even touched her. Husband, all I can say is, you listen. You better turn on your sex appeal or whatever you got to do, because the way your woman just shook and shivered, like she had done been sent to home plate and she ain't been to home plate in quite some time, baby. Usher was just standing in front of her. And sir, I'm on his side because, sir, I saw your wife leaving you. Her spirit left her body. As soon as Usher got close to her, her spirit was leaving her body. And I can tell that there was nothing that you are going to be able to say or do to her when she get home. After experiencing this man didn't even have to touch her. And as the famous song from Prince, she creamed all over herself. You can see, listen, you can see that just the way her body, like Biggie said, make her body shake. Baby, her body was like, she about to convulse up in there, baby. But her husband has allegedly divorced her. What do you all think? Do you think that the husband went too far? Is he taking this too seriously? Should there be a pass when you're going to concerts and watching, going and seeing celebrities? Should you get a pass for your behavior with the celebrity? Or is this husband right? Allegedly, if he's saying, you know what, listen, I'm divorcing her because she has kissed this man allegedly in public. She has never kissed me. I want a divorce. Now, for me, again, sir, listen. I think that, you know what, it should be somewhat of a pass. Here's why. Hear me out. You're not going to see these celebrities. Chances are most people will never see these celebrities again. Like this lady, she will probably never in life see Usher again. So I think that, sir, come on, who else gonna put up with you? She put up with you for all these years. You can go ahead on, forgive the little kiss to Usher. Go ahead on, get over it. Go try to, see if Nicki Minaj will let you put your face in between her legs or something like that. I don't know. Get you a get back and move on. But I don't think that it's worth tearing your marriage up because she kissed a celebrity. I really don't. Now, would I want my husband kissing a celebrity? No, I would not. Here's why. Because I think that, no offense to, celebrities, but, it's a lot. They have a lot of traffic. And, it seems to be, according to what we see, okay, I'm going to say like that. According to, what we see and what's put out there, it seems like the door, a lot of them have, a lot of revolving doors. So I personally would not want to be involved in the revolving door type activity. So that's why I wouldn't want somebody that I'm with or my husband to kiss, a celebrity. However, if my man kissed a celebrity, if he kissed Janet Jackson, if he kissed, anybody outside of Janet, if he kissed Sade, if he kissed, somebody like that, I'm not gonna like it, but I'm not gonna tear up my home. Now, if he kissed some of these new, and I ain't gonna say no names, cause I don't want nobody inboxing me or you just hating. No, but I would say if he kissed some of these newer people, you can't come back in this house until you get a rabies shot. You cannot. You will have to get a rabies shot and a tetanus shot before you come back up in here, because the stuff that a lot of these new people live by, these creeds that these new people live by, it just makes me feel like they carrying, you know, stuff that you need to take medication for. And I personally don't want to be involved in that. Now, Usher's name has been, you know, dropped in that particular conversation a time or two over the years. So in all fairness, I think, you know, maybe most high profile people might be, I don't know, to each his own, but to tear up your marriage just because she allegedly kissed Usher, fam, I think you're going a little bit too far. I think that your hate meter, the haterade, I think that haterade is, you know, that meter is pretty high. I think it's pretty high. I know, now listen, I know how a lot of you dudes can be. You all are territorial, and I know his ego is messed up. I will definitely say that, but fam, it was Usher. It was Usher that she kissed in public. So if anybody, you know, you can be like, yeah, my girl, you know, she kissed Usher, you know, whatever, if that's something to even brag about. But to throw your marriage away because of a kiss at a concert, again, I think that's a little bit too much. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? Leo, you're saying exactly. You said Usher been with Puffy. Now they see that may be a rumor now, Leo. That's allegedly Usher done been with Puffy. I'm gonna say allegedly because, you know, I don't know. But what I will say is a concert, again, for me, sir, instead of divorcing her, just tell her, listen, I owe you. So that means if you gotta owe her. So this is the perfect payback, sir. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you keep your marriage together. So now what you gonna do? You gonna go to the booty bar, and she gonna have to come with you. And you gonna have to go down there, and you gonna have to get all of these lap dances, and you gonna have to let these girls, they finna clap it all up in your face. And she gonna have to sit and watch, and you bet not say nothing. Sit her right there, she better not say nothing. And then that's your get back, and now you can go head on, and y'all can move on. Now I will say, sir, now don't go back down there to the booty bar, because you already got your lick back. So once you go down there and you make her sit there and see the little girls clapping it, fanning that thing all up in your face, and she ain't got nothing, tell her, tip them. Listen, Miss Mabel, tip her. Come on, make it rain over here. But once you leave that night, now you go back down there and get you another clap. Now y'all gonna have some problems. But I do think that first clap, that will make you all even. Y'all get this. Listen, for more relationship advice, go and follow me on the Jaye Spot Radio on YouTube. Go and follow me for more relationship advice right there, because that's what he should do. Don't divorce her. Go to the booty bar and let her start clapping it. Let them clap them. Just get two little young ones. Because, baby, they can be moving their hips and they be shaking it and making it clap it. And she just got to sit there. She better not say a mumbling word. And then y'all even. But they got to clap it in your face because she kissed Usher. So you got to, you know, it's going to have to sting. She going to have to let it burn. Just like you had to let it burn when you saw her kissing Usher, she going to have to let it burn when you sitting up there in the booty bar. And then y'all will be even. But there's no purpose in throwing your marriage away over a situation like that. Because, again, 9 times out of 10, she's like almost never, this will never happen to her, almost like never again in this lifetime. So be happy that she got a chance to go out and have a good time and meet Usher. And then, listen, she went viral. You know, so hopefully she recorded it and got some footage and you guys made some coins off of this ish. But move on. But don't throw your marriage away. I think that's crazy. Again, it's out of respect. And I'm sorry, sir, that, you know, she never kissed you in public. But you never know. That could have been something to open up her inhibition. And she like, you know, she probably took you to the car and gave you the best time of your life. You could thank Usher. Don't be sitting up there getting mad. See, you were supposed to have taken advantage of that moment because you already know, baby, she was already hot and bothered. Now, I know you don't look like Usher, but you know what? Sometimes we just have to deal with what we got Work with what we got. So she gonna take you home and she gonna work with what she got. Cause all she got is you. All you got is her. And that's just it, you know. So, but that was your time, sir, to capitalize off the moment. Not be a hater and be like, you know what? See, this what, see, no, you looked at it the wrong way, sir. You were supposed to be excited. Listen, when she came home, you supposed to be laying back on the bed on the couch, bucky hole naked. That's what you were supposed to have been doing. You were supposed to be butthole naked with your hands behind your head like this, sitting at 21 gun salute. Come on over here. Drop to him. Get to it. Get busy. Get busy. You should have been playing Usher's music in the background. Get busy. But see, y'all don't know. Y'all look at stuff the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be looking at it the right way. You didn't look at it and say, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. You didn't say that. You went right into hater mode. You went right into, oh, I'm finna leave her. She ain't never did this to see. Again, you looking at it the wrong way. See, now you going to miss out on your opportunity because, again, you looked at it the wrong way. So next time, any other fellas, if your woman go viral with Usher and she come home and she done kissed him or anything like that, listen, just lay back and be ready. Be at 21 gun salute. Got on Pornhub, get whatever you got to do to get yourself ready because when she get home, it should be going down. Now, if it don't go down when she get home, it's you. It ain't got nothing to do with Usher. It's you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's you if it does not go down when she gets home. Now, listen. Speaking of going down and when she gets home, what do you all think about this? This lady is, the guy, they're saying, the man wants to move his mom into the house with him and his wife. Does he need his wife's permission to move his mother in? So the husband says, you know what? I want my mom to come and live with us. But he doesn't talk to his wife about it or get his wife's permission. Is that okay? Does the husband need his wife's permission to move his mom in with them? Do you need your wife's permission to have your mom to come on? Mom's gonna come on over and she gonna be living with us. And so one day your wife come home and she's smelling chicken and greens and candy yams cooking, and she like, oh, so she getting all excited because she thinking that you up in there, done got up in there and cooked, and she looking there, and she see it's Mama Doolittle up in there. She like, Mama Doolittle, what you doing here? And you see she turn around and she see her husband bringing the rest of Mama Doolittle bags in, and he come kiss the wife on the cheek, be like, hey, Mom. She's like, what's going on? My mom moved in with us. She live with us now. Say what? So you ain't called me. You ain't talked to me. We ain't sat down and had a conversation about nothing, but you moved your mom in. Is that okay? Is he within his rights to say, you know what? Listen, what you mean talk to you about this? This my mom. What do I need to talk to you about anything about moving my mom in? This is my mom. I don't need your permission to move my mom in. This is my mom. She's going to be living here with us. Is that the way that this works? Or should a conversation have taken place? And here's the thing. It's not about permission. Sometimes we say things that, we say it in a way that automatically makes people get defensive. Oh, I don't need nobody permission. I'm grown. I can do whatever. Look. Let's not say permission, okay? Can we use another word? Can we agree that we're not going to say permission? But it would have been nice to have a conversation with your wife so that she can be aware of what is going on, opposed to being blindsided and come home and your mom is living there and she had no idea. That's not fair. That's poor communication. And again, listen, your wife, I know people don't want to hear this, but listen, if you married, then you should know this. Your wife, husband and wives come before everybody. Your wife come before your mama. Your wife come before your kids. Your husband come before your mama. Your husband come before the kids. You all that are married, you should know that. Now, if you and your spouse made the decision and said, you know what, we don't come before each other, we change the order, then that's fine. Whatever works for you and your marriage, you and your relationship. But the general rule of thumb, the spouses, you come together and you are one. So your spouse comes before anybody. So your wife should have been consulted before you made a big decision like that, because that decision, it affects her as well. So that's the thing. So that's where the communication comes in at, because what you've done, it affects her as well. So you need to talk to your wife. You need to get her permission or whatever it is. Come up with a game plan. I like game plan opposed to permission, because again, permission, listen, that's like, that can be one of those words that, people, listen, have you, go right over the top. Like you just automatically, you jump to the defense. I don't need nobody permission. But if we sit down together and come up with a game plan, then in my opinion, game plan sounds a little bit better than needed permission. But it's all the same thing. It's not about what you say, but it's about how you say it. Leo, you're saying you better get that wife permission. Hey, Lawan, how you doing? Again, absolutely. Permission, game plan is all the same, but a conversation needs to be had, because again, that says a lot of things, and it sends a message saying that, you know what, her opinion, her input, your wife's opinion, your wife's input doesn't matter. Now, here's the thing that will make this even worse is if they did not get along. Lord have mercy. She come in, she see Mama Doolittle and her wig ain't straight from the back. Baby, listen, and you know that they don't get it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Who want to come home from a long day of work, hard day at work, and find somebody that you don't get along with in your house, in your sanctuary, somewhere where you're supposed to have peace of mind, you're supposed to be happy, you're supposed to be able to unwind, and you got somebody that you know that, oh my God, I'm going to hear her voice, I'm going to hear her mouth from here on out. As long as she here, there's not going to be any peace as long as she here. And you ain't talked to me about it. Oh my God. So that, to me, fellas, and anybody that does something like that, to me, that's just a recipe for disaster. Like, you definitely have to consult with what is going on with your wife. Don't make a decision like that without having a game plan and without having a conversation with your wife. Now listen, speaking of conversations and game plans, I know you all have been seeing this foolishness. I'm going to just put it out there now, because it seems like every few weeks we're getting new trends. So here's the latest trend that's been that's going around social media, that is another ploy and another tactic to keep us apart. Now you see videos popping up where young ladies are saying, baby mamas come before the wives. Ooh, child, you have heard me correctly. There are so many videos out there. How you gonna put a perfect stranger before your baby mama? Your baby mama done laid down, she done had all your kids. Wait. Baby mamas come before the wives any day. Any day. He can up and leave you at any time, but I ain't going nowhere because I got his kids. Wait, say what? Where are we coming up with all of this foolishness? Who's putting this out here? Look at baby mamas. Listen, you do not come before that man's wife. I don't care how many kids you popped out or you gave this man. If he did not choose you and say, I do to you, then you don't come before anybody. Anybody. A baby mama is not a recognition. You've had kids with these guys. Listen, and I'm not trying to be harsh because that's not who I am. Not trying to be harsh whatsoever. But he didn't make any promises to you. He didn't choose you. He just dumped his load and he went and found the woman that he wants to spend his life with. Now, if you want to take that as being a badge of honor because you gave him some kids, a baby, 2 babies, 5 babies, he didn't choose you. The woman that he gave his last name to, the woman he chose to build a life with, she comes before you. She comes, listen, I know y'all gonna jump on me, I'm ready. She comes before your kids because that's his wife. That's who he chose. He didn't choose you. He made you a baby mama, but he made her his wife. Tell me where, on what legal documents, where does it say anything about the role of a baby mama? You're putting the wrong thing out there. You're worried about the wrong thing. You should have been trying to be the wife and not keep being the baby mama. Here's the thing. I can say that and without bashing because guess what? I'm a baby mama. I had a kid with a dude that I am not his wife. I'm not. So I understand that. I understood that. So that's why I can say, and I'm not going to say, oh, you come before us, you come, I come. No, we didn't make it to that point. He chose somebody that he felt like was better suited to be his wife. Listen, get over it. That's that hurt. You all are talking and making videos and things of that nature out of hurt. You're not making these decisions and you're not saying this stuff because you really believe that. Your feelings are hurt. And a lot of times, listen, you have every right to be hurt. But you got to understand the difference and the importance of being a wife. Being a baby mama is not a badge of honor. So let's not sit up here and make it seem like, oh, I got every reason I can walk around. Baby, please. I gave him 5 kids. I gave him 7 kids. I gave him 10 kids. And he ain't changed your last name. And that's something to be proud of. I got his first baby. Okay? And he ain't changed your last name. So what are we sitting up here bragging about creating all of these broken homes and broken families? Let's change the narrative. Let's focus on becoming his wife so that we don't have to have these conversations. I'm the baby mama. I come before his wife. Because guess what? We're going to stop being baby mamas and we're going to start becoming wives. Then you can be the wife and a baby mama. See, therefore, now we're not having this conversation. But as long as we are okaying and trying to make it seem like it's okay to be a baby mama, that's you just doing that to justify your wrong. And again, it's not a badge of honor. And I'm not going to say, well, walk around with your head down and all this and that. I'm not saying that. The deed is done. The kid or kids are here. But know your role. Know your place. And that's what I think that we're getting confused on, and that's what the conversation has to be had. Know your role. You're a baby mama. You come before nobody. You don't come before his wife. You don't come before his mama. You don't come before the kids. You don't have a title. A baby mama is not a role. Like, it's not a title. You don't look in the Bible and say, the baby mama coming. The Bible don't talk about your baby mamas. It don't. When he going on the application, he filling out his insurance at the job. You don't ask him how many baby mamas he got. You don't ask him that. Are you single, married, divorced, widowed? That's what they ask you. They don't, not near time are they asking, do you have a baby mama? How many baby mamas do you have? They don't ask that. They ask about the kids. They don't ask about your baby mama. So let's stop with the foolishness. Let's stop trying to make it seem as though being a baby mama is just the end all be all, because it's not. It truly is not. Let's strive for being wives, and let's start creating families and doing that. A more healthy environment. Mr. Good Citizen off of YouTube is saying single mom isn't nothing to be proud of. Absolutely nothing at all. So again, we have to change the narrative on that, because again, we have a lot of young people that are starting to push this baby mama-ish. So can we nip that in the bud, and can we agree tonight going forward, baby mama is nothing to be proud of. Baby mama is not a title, nothing to be proud of, nothing to walk around with. It's not a badge of honor. So let's stop being baby mamas, and let's start creating healthy, happy, healthy families. That's what we are going to do. Now listen, speaking of healthy, happy families, what do you all think about this? This man, he breaks up with his girlfriend because her 13-year-old son is disrespectful, and he doesn't listen. He don't want to listen to the mother, and he doesn't want to listen to the guy. So the boyfriend is like, listen, yo, I don't have to deal with this. This is too much. Like, he doesn't listen to you. He doesn't listen to me. I'm not dealing with this. What do you all think about that? Do you think that it's okay? Are kids, some kids, ruining relationships for the parents because they're disrespectful? Could you be in a relationship with a woman that has a disrespectful kid? What do you all think about that? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Listen, family, you are not wrong at all. Choose your peace. Choose your peace. Choose your peace. Choose your peace. Because the video showed, and hopefully this was a skit. Again, nowadays, you have to just put that out there. This could be a skit. But the young man, the 13-year-old, he's talking back to the mother. Like, and the mother is agreeing with the 13-year-old. Well, you don't have to talk to him like that. He has an opinion too. Well, when I was growing up, they told us, when you had your own, then you had your own opinion. But as long as you living under my roof, you're going to do as I say. That's what you're going to do. That's your opinion. Your opinion is doing what I tell you to do. But to sit up here and try to go toe-to-toe with an adult that's 9 times out of 10 giving money to your mom, he's paying the rent, light bill, gas bill, putting food on the table, and you gonna stand up to me and disrespect me, listen, fellas, I'm out. So if you choose to exit a situation like that, I'm okay with that, because it's stressful. It's stressful raising a kid, let alone a disrespectful kid, and let alone a disrespectful kid that you did not even have the pleasure of skeeting out, that you didn't drop that load and create that kid. And you trying to do your best to be there, and then this kid is disrespectful, not gonna happen. Mr. Good Citizen is saying both mom and dad are needed in the home. Kylie is saying it's not a woman's fault if the man leaves her when she becomes pregnant. I agree that the kids need a father figure, and it's better if they do have their fathers in their life. Absolutely. And little mom is little moon, I'm sorry, is saying this is what happens when you have gentle parenting. Absolutely. We have to stop trying to be our kids' friends. We have to stop. Listen, it is hard raising these boys. It's hard raising kids, period. But I'm a mom of a boy. And when they get to that 13-year-old age, them teenage years, woo! You know, listen, it was times that I feared I was going to lose my freedom because, you know, listen, back in the day, they would pick up whatever is close and will knock the living out of you. I believe in that. I believe in that. If it's a cast iron skillet, whatever is right there, it was going across your head, across the room or something, because what you're not going to do is disrespect me. And a lot of parents, again, somebody said that gentle parenting. We thinking we the friends and this and that. Fellas, you are not wrong for leaving a situation like this. You are not wrong. You ain't my daddy. I bet, listen, you doggone right, I'm not your daddy. And let me show you. I'm going to do what your daddy, see, I'll be petty. I'm going to do what your daddy did. I'm going to leave. See, I'll be petty like that. Yeah, you're right. I'm not your daddy. Watch this. Let me show you what your daddy did. See, that's why your daddy left. See, I'll be petty like that. Listen, woo, you step up and you get out your place, I'm going to get out my place. Now, some people will say, now, see, Jay, that ain't right. You supposed to be grown. Yeah. I don't believe in being a bigger person. I am not the bigger person. So do not bring your disrespectful child over here, because you will not get bigger person responsibilities or a response from me. If you step out your body, I'm going to zone out and I'm going to come back petty. I'm just going to tell you like that. I am going to zone out and come back petty. Mr. Good Citizen is saying, close your legs, problem solved. Kylie is saying some men act a certain way and then change when the kids are born. It's not the woman's fault if she was tricked. Again, if this man, this clearly in this case, the man is not the father. This is a 13-year-old child. He's in a relationship. His child is, her child is disrespecting him. And he's saying, you know what? Listen, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this relationship anymore because your child is too disrespectful and I'm not going to do it. I can't do this. Is he wrong for saying, you know what? Listen, I'm a step. And the boy was just acting as just like, baby, like he didn't have no respect, no home training whatsoever. Cedric is saying any woman who will bring her son around willy-nilly is so the streets. I'm just saying, who else has she brought him around? So this was this was supposed to be, I guess, her boyfriend, but you know, the 13-year-old is disrespecting the guy. It's not saying if they live together or whatever the case is. But I would say this, like, for me, I want to kind of know, like, how the kids are, because I don't want to fall in love and I'm about to move in. We're about to move in together. And then I find out I move in with you. Now I feel like, now I find out what you raising, you got a house full of hell raisers. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Lease is over. I'm moving out, breaking the lease, because the last thing I'm about to do is lose my peace. I will not. So I got to know what kind of attitudes your kids got. It's imperative. It is imperative, because if you got a house full of prostitutes and gang bangers and listen, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. So fellas, you have every right to know. See, why instead of y'all trying to figure out, are we going Dutch on the date or not? Listen, see, y'all worried about the wrong stuff. Y'all not having the right conversations. And then this is how all these situations get started. And now we hate each other because we're not having the right conversations. We're not. We are not having the right conversations up front. When you're dealing with somebody that has a kid or kids, I would be asking, so what are your kids like? Tell me about your kids. Fellas, this is something I would ask this up front, because now you can keep that in the back of your mind that, listen, she this is the mother and she's beautiful, but she got Chucky, Jason, Freddy Krueger, Lex Luger, Pumpkinhead, Rosemary's Baby. She got all of them. Her kids got all those personalities. That lets you know this is not somewhere I need to be. This is not a household that I'm going to join, because she got too much going on. She got too many spirits and too many demons that she's dealing with. I'm not going to be a good fit for this particular family right here, because she got too much going on. And here's the thing. I would definitely feel bad. I would feel bad for a woman that is in that position, that has kids with those type of personalities, because I can only imagine how stressful it is for her. And all I can do is say, man, I hope that people in her family, uncles and brothers and things like that, somebody would step up to the plate and help her get the kids under control before something bad happens to one of them, some of them, or all of them. You know, get that under control. But you, as a man that has absolutely nothing to do with this woman and these kids biologically, and this kid or kids are disrespecting you, you are not obligated to stay in that ish. You are not advised to stay in that ish. If I go around you, even if they grown, sometimes I'm skeptical about that, because, you know, you're grown. What if they got to come home? Woo! Can you imagine that? And being a parent, I'm like, okay, I'm going to help. I have to help my child. But you cannot come here, Jason. Jason, mother is talking to you. Listen, Chucky, you cannot come here. Listen, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, you cannot come here. Now, I'm going to have to help you from afar, because what you're not going to do is come here and tear up my home. But we talking about a 13-year-old. So would I say that men are wrong for leaving this type of situation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. You are not wrong. Go find your peace. Go keep your money. Listen, this just saved you. This saved you from having to pay some light bills and gas bills from some folks that's going to be sitting up here telling you what they doing, what they not going to do. You ain't they daddy. You ain't this. You ain't that. No. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. So listen, fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she's like, my kid, and she's justifying her kids' bad attitudes and bad disrespectful behavior, you don't have to stay in that. You really don't. So that's why I'm like, I'm always in between on when you're dating somebody, especially dating someone with kids. When do you introduce them to your kids? Like, I need to know, like, I would like to know, like, sooner rather than later. So I would, even something like this, if you didn't want me to meet your kids right away, I can respect that. But I'm going to say, listen, you got to get creative with this, because, again, I got to see what I'm dealing with. We're not going to say we're serious and then we're moving in together, and I have not met Michael Myers, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Lex Luger, and the Pumpkinhead. I am not going to get in no situation like that. I'm going to have to see what's going on so I can make an informed decision on if I'm going to go forward with this. So maybe arrange a play date, or while she's out, when she's out with her kids, just her and her kids, and say, you know what, babe, listen, let me do this. Your kids, they don't know me. Where you all gonna be? And I'm gonna sit back. I'll meet you guys. I'm gonna meet you there. But I'm not gonna come up to you with your kids. I just want to sit and watch and observe. I just want to see your kids. I want to observe your kids. That's what I would like to do. Now, if some people say, "Oh, that's creepy. What you want to look and observe my kids for?" Because I Miss Missy, listen. Yes, you put it down in the bedroom. You do. That thing that you do with your mouth, yeah, I like that. But see, what I'm gonna tell you though, it's not enough for me to make this type of investment without knowing what I'm getting myself into. So I'd like to know what I'm getting myself into before I make that type of commitment for us to go to the next level, moving in together or getting married or anything like that. I need to see what it is that I'm getting myself into. So what a perfect way to observe what you're getting into with her and her kids when you see them in their natural element. They're not expecting you. They don't know you from nobody. So you're just there and you're seeing how they behave with her. You see how she is with them. And then maybe do it a couple of times. And then see if this is something that you feel like you can take on. Because after you've observed this a couple of times, you're going to see, listen, you're going to know which one is the Hellraiser. You're going to know who Chucky is. You're going to know who Freddy Krueger is. You're going to know who Michael Myers is. You're going to know who Malachi is. You're going to know who all of them are by simply observing them. So you don't have to go up and meet them and she say, you know what, I don't want you to meet my kids. I'm cool with that. I ain't got to meet them because I'm not sure I want to meet them because I'm not sure I'm going to be around. But I would like to see them and observe them and see how they are again so that I can make an informed decision. Fellas, you are not wrong for wanting to make an informed decision. The problem is we don't communicate this stuff. We have doubts. We are leery about situations, but we don't say anything up front. We just go ahead on, go with the program. And now we in knee deep. Now we're mad because we had reservations. We had things. We had more questions. We were not sure, but we were willing to give it a shot. What's wrong with saying this? And if she disagrees with you doing that, now you can make an informed decision on, you know what? This is something that's really important to me before going to the next level. And I understand that you're protective over your kids and things of that nature, but I'm protective over my heart and I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my effort or my energy. So I respect the fact that you don't want me to meet your kids. I respect the fact that you don't want me to observe your kids. But for my peace of mind, my sanity, and my time, because I'm coming into a situation and I have no idea on what it is that I'm going to be stepping into. So it's not fair for you to ask me to step in and take on all of this. And I have no idea about what's going on. I don't know anybody's personalities. I don't know anything about any of your kids. We might not be a match. We may not be a fit. But for you to expect me to just come in and take on this role and I'm coming in blindsided, it's not fair. So right now, until you get comfortable with it, let's just take this whole exclusive thing off the table. And if you still want to casually continue to see each other, then we can do that. But I'm not going to continue to invest time or take this thing seriously because you have a whole serious situation that definitely needs to be addressed and that could potentially either make my life better or it can ruin my life based upon what you bring with you. So I don't think that men are wrong for wanting to know what it is that they're getting involved with before jumping all the way in. Because again, these are your kids. Your kids. Yes, if he's going to be with you, then he has to love your kids and take care of your kids and treat your kids right because he's with you. So he's doing that with you. But in return, Your kids have to love him. Your kids have to respect him. Your kids have to be manable. Your kids have to be grateful. Your kids don't just get to run off at the mouth and do whatever it is that they want to do because he ain't their daddy. Exactly. He ain't their daddy, which means that, yeah, you need to definitely calm down. You need to pipe down a little bit and take a little chill and be humble and be grateful, because this man, which is a stranger to you all, does not have to be here doing the things that your father or fathers are not doing. So mothers, we got to do a better job, if you're not already doing that, of stressing that to our kids. You know, yes, things did not work out with your dad or dads, but I met somebody, he means a lot to me. He wants to meet you all. Listen, I need you all to be on your best behavior. I need you all to do this. I need you all to do that, because I really care for him. He cares for me. He doesn't know you, but I guess, you know, when he meets you all, he will like you all if you all just give him a chance. And it's going to be, it's going to be difficult. And we got to be honest with that. Bringing a man in and some kids that's not his, let's not make it seem like these transitions are a walk in the park, because a lot of times they are not. These are not easy things to be done. And a lot of times everybody is just thrown into these situations because nobody is having the conversation. Nobody is you're not sitting your kids down and preparing them for this man coming in. You're not sitting him down and talking to him. You just, y'all swung off the chandeliers on Friday, and y'all wake up on Saturday, and the kids in the kitchen having breakfast, and he get up walking around in his drawers, and that's what the kids, that's how they meet him. Ain't no introductions, ain't nothing being slid in, and now you have a disaster, and we wonder why. So it's like we just got to do better, again, sitting them down and communicating with our kids, communicating with our potential spouses and things of that nature. But if we're not doing that, then you're definitely going to have some kids that are going to be walking around, you ain't my daddy, you ain't my mama. Oh, Lord, I'm not a good fit for that. But guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yeah, listen, you have to have a conversation with both. We can't just throw the kids in there. Okay, these my kids. And they gonna do, he gotta take my kids as a package and all. Look, you make it hard for these men to take your kids as a package, because if your attitude is bad and your kids' attitudes are bad, I don't have to take Jack as a package. Them ain't mine. A man is not wrong for feeling like that. And listen, you can sit up here, Jay a pick me, Jay a pick. I'm not, listen, pick what? Listen, I have been in both situations. I'll have a kid out of wedlock. Now, for me, I didn't really like dating when my son was growing up, because I was just always protective of my son. I didn't want, people are crazy. So I really didn't have trust in the world as far as bringing people around my son. But being from a household that had a stepfather, baby, let me tell you, and we were horrible. I will not lie to anybody. My stepfather, God rest his soul, Lord have mercy. Woo! He walked into, we were not Malachi, but listen, baby, listen, we were like the problem kids. We were the problem children. So we wasn't really Malachi and all them, but we were the problem child. I can tell you that much. We were the problem child, but you know what? He was our match. Like I say, you got to have somebody petty. Baby, he was just as petty as the day was long. So guess what? It ended up being a perfect match, because at the end of the day, it was definitely a great it was a great combination. It was a great fit at the end of the day. In the beginning, it wasn't, but over time, we worked it out. But it's crazy. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We have been getting into our hot topics. Listen, thank you. Do me a favor. Go to our page, our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our channel. That's the Jaye Spot Radio. That's Jaye. Now listen, we've been talking about kids and relationships. Again, every time you turn on these social media apps, every time you log in, open up the app, it's some foolishness. And this next hot topic is no exception. This young lady says, listen to what I'm saying, and I want you all to listen correctly, because I know when I say this, I know some of you all are going to be like, I know she didn't just say what I think she said. Yes, I did. This young lady says her second child has to be the first child of whatever man she is with. You heard me right. I will repeat that. She says her second child has to be the first child of whatever man she is with. Fellas, how would you feel if a woman told you that she has a kid, but you can't have any kids? She doesn't want you to have any kids. She's saying her second child has to be your first child. So, baby, she done already popped it open, busted open wide, then already had a baby. But she's saying, that's me. You can't have no kids. Your first child got to be with me. Wait, what? What? Look, what do you all think about this foolishness? Is that a realistic point? Is that something realistic, or is that just, listen, we're going to put that right on up there with the rest of the foolery and the rest of the delusion and just the crazy talk that a lot of these new people are talking? Because the meme or whatever, the picture, it definitely is a new person that is saying that. But she's saying that her first child, your first child, has to be with her. Her second child has to be your first child. Fellas, if a young lady or a woman told you that, are you sticking around for that? Is that okay with you? She's like, you can't have no kids. Yes, I am coming to the table with a kid. I'm coming to the table as a baby mama. But guess what? You cannot be a baby daddy. Your first child will be with me. You cannot come to the table with one child like I got one child. You gotta come to the table with no kids, and your first child will be my second child. But you're not coming. No baby daddies over here. Even though I'm a baby mama, no baby daddies. I just want to know, what have they been putting in this Similac milk? Because I think that's what it is. I think they've been, they've been sprinkling a little something extra in the Similac milk. I think they've been, using anaconda juice or something. I think that recipe for Similac has changed, because these folks, a lot of them, have lost their everlasting minds. They really have. She's saying again, my second child gotta be your first child. No baby daddy is over here. You will not be no baby daddy coming over here, even though I'm a baby mama. I would look at her and just keep walking. I'm like, listen, at least your mama and them love you. At least your mama and them care for you, because here's what we're not going to do. We are not playing these games. Listen, ladies, look, don't get caught up in this, okay? How are you in position to make that kind of requirement when You've already gave a man a kid. So how are you going to tell this man that that your second child has to be his first child? How, Sway? How are you? My second child, I'm a baby mama, but you cannot be no baby daddy. You better don't come over here with no baby daddy ish, because your first child will be my second child. So that's all. That's it. That's all. I ain't having no other way. Baby girl, go have 5 seats. Please and thank you. Because again, something is, listen, your parents, they were not watching you and you fell off. You fell out the crib and bumped your head and didn't nobody know. Making statements like that, you all are putting us to an open shame. So we're not doing it. Fellas, like Leo said, keep on walking, but again, fellas, this is how you avoid these traps. You all have to start talking. Listen to what these people say. Believe them. This does not sound like something that she's going to say at the end. This is something that they are proud of, and they are going to fully express that. My second child will be your first child. If she's saying that, baby, keep it moving. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. When we do, we're going to return. We got more hot topics to get into. You listen to the Jaye Spot. It's just me. Listen, keep on walking with this bull junkie. That's just my baby daddy. I'm going to be he's going to be my first. That's got to be his first kid. There you go. I'm okay. How are you? Good. Stay there. That's gonna be my first kid. Gonna be my second kid got to be his first kid. Wait, no. We're not gonna do that, okay? We're not gonna do that. You cannot require him.
First kid gonna be her second kid.
Yes, because she already got a kid. So she's telling this man, your first kid will be my second kid. So she don't do baby daddies, but she a baby mama.
She need to sit down and have several kids.
All the way. Go that way with that foolishness. Go this way with this foolishness. Go this way. Go. Have a seat. Have somebody listen. You gotta talk to him. But this is not. This is unacceptable. We're not gonna go for this type of foolishness. But it's a whole bunch of new people foolishness up in here, you all, that we will definitely be getting into, but we're not doing it. So again, fellas, just talk to them and see what you gotta see what they're talking about.
Okay, cameras.
You got I'm about to take pictures of the setup. But we definitely listen. You don't get caught up in this foolishness, you all. Do not get caught up. Have conversations on what your expectations are and do that up front, because if the expectations are not aligning, why are we going any further? I'm ready to come back.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the Jaye Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. I'm your host, Jay. Sitting next to me, we have esthetician Chandler, mother of a group of cool dudes, and a little lady,
Missy Woo.
Lady Lotus. Hey, how you doing?
I am here, girl.
Good.
Me and all my snowfall.
Yes. Oh, it's snowing outside?
Girl, this sweater snowing.
Oh, I'm like, oh God. I say, listen, I want spring. Fight back, spring. You're not even fighting. Like, it's 40, 30 some degrees outside of Chicago.
Spring is yelling, give us free.
I want spring to fight back. That's what I want. Spring.
Give it to me. I'm so ready.
Please do.
I walked in here without my coat on. I left out my office, walked through the parking garage, and sat in my car like this. All because I didn't want to put on a coat.
Oh no.
I'm so sick of coats.
Listen, I still got my heat on 80 in the house.
We still got the heat on, but in that moment, I did not want to put that coat on.
I can't play these type of games with this world.
It's like April 10th.
Everybody, they're saying, hey, Lady Lotus,
hey,
how you doing? Now, listen, guys, look, we have been having an amazing conversation because there's been so much foolery going on. And this next hot topic is no exception. Now listen, woo child, again, you all, it's a lot of new people. Now maybe this is just a meme, but I'm gonna tell you from where I got it, okay? This young lady says, men, if the DNA confirms the baby is not yours, it doesn't change the fact you must take responsibility of the baby. Women go through a lot in marriages and relationships, and they deserve better. Y'all, I'm gonna go back. She said, if the DNA says that's not your crumb snatcher, she says that doesn't change the fact that you must. She's not even asking, can you? She's saying you must take responsibility for that baby. What do you all think about that, fellas? Lady Lotus, what do you think about that?
Tell your daddy to take care of your baby. I'm just playing, y'all.
No.
No, I'm serious. Tell your daddy to be that daddy, baby, because that man ain't the Paul. And that man is not responsible or obligated. And if he felt like, even though the kid ain't mine, I'm still going to be here, you just messed it up by telling him he must. Why do he must take care of a child that's not his? Because you was out here sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and you don't know who your bid is?
Don't know who he is, and now you're trying to make somebody else responsible for your child. It's come on. I'm just like, listen, older ladies, y'all need to talk to these. You have to talk to these young
whippersnappers.
Y'all gotta talk to them because this is ridiculous. Like, how?
Where are they coming up with this stuff at?
The sheer audacity. I'm just like, so you not gonna take responsibility for your actions, but you want him to take responsibility.
Oh, she's taking care of her responsibility by saying, you gonna do it, sir. I chose you, and since I chose you,
I'm gonna make you take care of my kid. I'm gonna make you, even though the DNA said you are not that baby's pappy, I am going to make you take responsibility for this baby.
Now I know you deep in them child support streets. If they've already going through child support, don't the courts still make him?
Unfortunately,
so that's probably where she got that crap from.
And see, that's the sad part. So this is the thing. So in most states, fellas, be careful. Do not sign the birth certificate until you have had a DNA test or you are absolutely sure that that child is yours. How do you be absolutely sure? I mean, in today's society, like, I mean, if I was still about to give birth to somebody and my husband says, I want a DNA test, in this day and age, I am not even going to be offended because it's so much ish going on. And in my opinion, it's not him saying that he don't trust me. Listen, he could have been burned before that. The had a chick saying that this was his kid, only to go 3 years and find out this ain't his kid. Right. Because you see so much of that. So in today's society, like asking for a paternity test, ladies, we're gonna have to cut these fellas some slack. You're gonna have to give some grace. We're gonna not have to be all up in our feelings about a dude wanting a DNA test in today's society because it's so much file-ish that is going on. And again, it may not be in a reflection of you, and then sometimes it may be a reflection of you. But I would say this, if you know you ain't out there in the streets like that, do not get offended if he asks for a paternity test, because again, look at the mindset of some of these people that are out there today, and values are changing. People don't have integrity anymore. People don't have morals anymore. People don't have values anymore. So to me, a man has to be able to be 10 toes down. He has to know for sure if this is his kid, and he has the right and deserves the right to be able to ask that without a woman getting all of her feelings in today's society. Like, you just have to, he has to know if this is his kid. So with that being said, so before you sign a birth certificate, you make sure that you got the paper saying that this is your child, because once you sign the birth certificate, then the law automatically recognizes you as the father. So it's easier for you to put your name on the birth certificate than for it is for you to remove your name off of it. So listen, after the fact, you signed the birth certificate and now you go and find out that that's not your kid, you are going to have a time, because the law, the courts, they are not trying to hear that you're not the father. They got somebody on the hook for it. They taking your payments, your money. That's all they care about. The state is not trying to take care of another kid. So if they got you on the hook for it, then that's less money that they have to pay, this mother, because now she won't need the public aid and all this other stuff. She won't need any of those benefits because they have you on the hook for that baby. And that's the unfortunate part, fellas. So, a lot of you want to do the right thing. And, for the dudes that are stepping up to the plate, yeah, this is my baby, this and that, only to find out by a DNA test that it's not your child. Now you've already signed the birth certificate. Now, and I'm just going to be honest with you all, you are stuck. A lot of times you are stuck, and it's going to cost a lot of money for you to remove it, if they even remove it. Because a lot of times in a lot of states, so check your state laws, but a lot of times they won't let you take your name off, even though you're saying you can prove, listen, Your Honor, this is not my kid. The DNA test says it's not my kid.
That ain't what that legal binding contract or that birth certificate saying. That's what we don't understand. That birth certificate, that's a legal binding contract.
Just like a marriage certificate. So am I saying that this is right? I am not saying that that is right whatsoever. But I'm telling you, that's what the law is in a lot of states. So if you have questions about that, then definitely look according to your state. But for most states, because I've done the research on it, most states, that is the case. If you sign the birth certificate, it is hard for you to get your name off of there. Even if a DNA test says that the child is not your child, it is hard getting your name off of it. So I would say, make sure you got your ducks in a row. I'm not saying don't be there, because that's right there. That's another whole emotional bag of worms, you not being there. I'm not saying don't be there for the kid until you find out if the kid is yours or not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying hold off on signing the birth certificate until you find out if the kid is yours. Now, here's the thing, and that don't have to take a long time. You could take a year at max, and here's why I'm going to say a year. When you get your income tax check that January, so you be in that baby life for the whole year. When you get your income tax in January, don't go upgrade your car, don't upgrade your phone, get the PS9 or whatever. Go get that DNA test. See, a lot of you all play in your end, and you wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Now you pass out because the baby ain't yours. Now, I cannot say I'm going to blame it 100% on her, because you have to take responsibility as well. So I'm saying protect yourself. She told me it was. You told her you wasn't cheating. So y'all both lying. So, take care of your own responsibility. Take care of your own best interest in everything that you do. You must ensure that you are protecting yourself. Jay, so what is she supposed to do? So you mean to tell me so she ain't got to pay for it? Listen, if you talk to her and she agrees to give you half of the money, or y'all can split it, then y'all can split it. But I'm going to tell y'all the truth, the honest to God truth.
Jay, you get a paternity test when you're pregnant.
Listen. It's been a long time, so I don't know what these.
I mean, it's a lot, but it could be done.
Right. So, but if she decides not to go half or whatever, split the responsibility, this is where a lot of you all go wrong. See, you get caught up in the small part. Since she's not gonna pay for her part or she's not gonna contribute, now you putting yourself through 16 years worth of anguish because now 16 years later she finally done said something or did something that made you so mad. Now you run down there to get a DNA test. Now you find out the kid ain't yours. Now you devastate. So let's stop sweating the small stuff. Yay, $1,000, $800, that's a lot of money.
They cheap now. You go to Walgreens to buy a test.
It's less. That's less. And the thing is, the price of you paying the investment that you pay to get the DNA test for yourself versus the investment of investing in a child that you thought was yours, that is not yours. The cost of the test is small in comparison to the price that you could pay investing all of that into a child that is not yours. So
it's a second part to that, because you have the financial part and you also have that emotional part.
Absolutely.
And the emotional part is two people, because you're not only affected, that child is affected. I taught my sons that whoever you sleep with, there's a 50-50 chance that if she get pregnant, the baby is yours. So if you feel in your heart that maybe she might have done something, get a paternity test in the beginning, so that years down the line, we not sitting up here loving on this kid. And now she done said something or something done happened and you don't feel like the baby yours, and this kid 5 years old and don't know nobody but us. And so now you done found out the baby ain't yours. So now what? You the only daddy this baby know.
And that be the hard part, because
your mama the only grandma. So now she got to sit over here and look dumb and try to figure out who she slept with 6 years ago. And you know what they said on Murray? I know who it is, Murray. And then they come back with him and he ain't the daddy. I know who it is now, Murray. And then that wasn't the daddy either.
I'm like, how much traffic you had up in that thing?
Baby, that hard was all up and down them Detroit
baby,
streets.
you give it. I'm like, I said that has to be the most embarrassing thing, but again, fellas, this is for your benefit, emotionally and financially, psychologically, all these areas. Again, because the child support system, it's no secret. It's not set up to favor the father. It doesn't even favor families. It doesn't favor the child. It's set up for the law. It's set up to keep everything divided and everything separated. So again, this is why you have to protect yourselves, because again, everybody is not on the up and up. I'm not saying that all women out here be on some dumb stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that all men out here be on some dumb stuff. I'm saying protect your heart, protect your legacy, protect your lineage. Yeah. Like, these are things that we're not talking about. It's all, listen, this could have been your family legacy. You thinking that this is your child. God forbid it's a man. Listen, he thought that this is his child, 17. He found, now he's 30-something. He found out he got prostate cancer. He can't have no kids. He thinking this is his kid. He found out. Boom. Destroy your whole world, because now your bloodline is cut off because you didn't take the time. Jay, she told me, yes. Listen, y'all so quick to throw up these modern women, they want to do. Listen, well, I'm going to flip it back on y'all. We are living in modern times.
This mess been going on before.
Listen, it sure has.
They grandma, great grandmama, and grandmama taught them how to just say he the daddy. He look nice. He cute. It didn't matter if he had a job or some money. Just pick him. He know how to act.
Listen, and that was your daddy.
That was your daddy.
That was your daddy, and you wasn't questioning.
Probably a lot of y'all right now.
Don't.
Probably a lot of y'all right now.
Mr. Justin, you thought he was just your daddy's best friend. No, that was really your dad.
The book I read today, honey, the book I was listening to at work today, his brother was his daddy. But the brother was the daddy, but it wasn't like incest. His parents decided to take his child because he was only 17 and raise a child as his own. But at him being 17, it was easy to say this your brother over being a child because his teacher got him pregnant. Got pregnant by him.
So Leo is saying
y'all better. They put it in the book. It could be real.
Listen. According to books and soap operas and songs, this issue's going on. Now Leo is saying Kanye said it best: 18 years, and come to find out that baby ain't his. Cedric is saying, as soon as mine popped out, I saw in the chick giving my blood to. He said in the chick getting his blood drawn. Listen, I'm with you 100% with that, because again, the day and time that we're living in, it's so much going on. Listen, and I'm gonna help the ladies out, because some of them, you don't went out, it's your birthday girls night, and you out there shaking and it dropping like it's hot. You done had one drink too many and you made a mistake and fell on one of them and it wasn't your man. Mm-hmm. So you just gonna go head on in the bathroom. You done went up in the stall in the club and you ain't think nothing of it, baby. You done washed that thing off before you went home and slept that drink off, and you gonna take your birthday night, baby. You gonna take that ish to the grave.
What happened on my birthday stayed on my birthday.
And then the next day, a month, a few weeks later, then the next day you go head on and get what you do, because you wanna, and then you give it to him aggressively too, baby, because you're feeling shame, and now you want to make sure you trying to wash off the stall activity from Friday, so you giving it to him every which way on Saturday.
Shame on you.
But listen, his soldiers didn't make it to your egg. It was that stall activity that did.
And she don't even know who he is
at all.
Didn't even get his phone number.
Or you could have flat out. Now, I don't know how. I've never been drunk, so I don't know. Can somebody beat the thing up like that in the bathroom stall on Friday, and you wake up and you forgot that your thing got beat up like that on Friday, and then you like.
I feel like that's a lie, unless they got roofied or something, because I done been drunk. I done been smack drunk, and I still can't remember.
I don't know, but again, fellas, nobody is like, you have to take responsibility to protect yourself. Yes, and I know, fellas, if you're saying, Jay, you ain't saying that, why you not making it, put no responsibility on the ladies? I am. It's both people, but for you all especially, because a lot of you all are the ones that are getting hurt in these type of situations. A lot of you all are the ones that are getting trapped in these situations. So you have to protect. Again, I'm not the point the finger type person. Listen, I got to look out for my own best interest. So whatever it is that I have to do to protect myself and my investment, my sanity, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not looking for nobody else to hold nobody else accountable. I can only hold myself accountable. And that's all I'm trying to say to you all.
In all honesty, asking for a paternity test is holding her accountable and holding her responsible. Now, if she get the flipping and why would you do that and you don't trust me, it's not about that. But that is holding her accountable. It's not pointing a finger at her. If she take it negatively, then it's your job as the man to say, babe, I just want to make sure. I'm not trying to say you was doing anything. It don't matter. In this world today, we need to do this because I want to make sure. It's no difference than when we getting married. What do we want to do? We want to make sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And you shouldn't let anybody make you feel like you don't believe them. And for me, I would be more adamant about it. If you going that hard, if I've explained to you what my concerns are, it's not about me not trusting you. It's just about with everything that's going on. I may have been burned in this type of situation before. Then that's why I want to do it. Or know somebody, or so much stuff my boy got done like this. I just want to make sure
that trust issue.
Exactly. And that's just it. And so if she doesn't understand that or want to, sympathize with how you feel or understand how you feel, then that will make me even raise even more questions. And so
listen, if you ain't got nothing to what they say, if you don't got nothing to hide, then let's go. Come on.
So listen, if she don't let you take the baby, listen, take the baby bottle, take the pacifier, take some that belong, listen, take a strand of the baby hair.
All you gotta do is go to Walgreens, buy the test, pick it up, swab it, drop it, and pay for the results.
Well, I'm gonna listen, I want to be sure. So I'm gonna have to send to me personally, I'm gonna have to send it somewhere secure. I'm gonna spend money because if you get what you pay for. So if are you going down there trying to get the $29.99 test and you don't know the test could have been expired sitting up there, so play around with it if you want to. I'm personally not gonna risk my sanity on something,
Some of them ain't gonna let that kid go for them to do that.
Right,
so you gotta do what you gotta do. And if that's what you gotta do to get the test, then that's what you do.
But again, the same thing if you get them
that say you ain't getting my baby. You not taking my baby to no doctor. I'm not going nowhere with your baby. Then you can't be left alone with the baby. So now we sitting here because she won't let the baby go. She holding the baby like this. So you can't get the test.
Right, but you still can order the test. You can order it from one of their facilities and you'll still have the same.
To me, it's the same thing. You're not going into the facility.
Right, the facility.
You're getting it. Walgreens, go get it. Don't matter. Just go get it.
Just get it done. But it's just for you to protect yourself. So for your own peace of mind and your own well-being, because, everybody motives and everybody intentions are not right. And again, we are living in modern times, and I wish that we were better and moving in a good direction where we are loving and respecting each other, but clearly that ain't happening. Clearly that's declining, and so is what we're talking about tonight, modern chivalry. Do men still open doors and pay bills? You may say, Jay, you just done got up here and done talked about needing DNA tests and, disrespectful kids. Being chivalrous to who? Well, that's what we want to talk about today. We talking about modern chivalry because you saying, listen, I know fellas, I know y'all out here saying, you done told us 1,000 ways how these chicks out here acting up and showing out. But you want us to be chivalrous. You want us to have chivalry. Now, for those that don't know what chivalry is, according to an online source, chivalry is gallantry, courteous, and honor. Like you're being courteous to her, you're kind. Examples of that would be opening her door, pulling out her chair, pushing it in when she's in. Listen, a big one. The man walking on the outside closest to the street and she's walking on the inside. Like doing things to protect her and shield her because she is important. Like you value her, she's important to you. Now I know.
Giving her your coat when it's cold, making sure she's warm.
Opening the car door. Now listen, what do you all think?
Carrying her when her feet hurt because the heels that she wore for you because you like them.
Them hooker shoes she had on.
The ones you tell her to keep them on in the bed, hurting her feet. Carry her on your back, sir.
Yes. Let her go get the change of shoes when she ready to come up out them hooker shoes.
Yes.
Go get the
Carry
change of shoes.
Purse for her.
Let her
order our purses is.
Call her and invite her on a date. Don't text her. Don't send the message. Call her.
Ain't no what you doing. They don't even say that no more. They just say, what is it? What's the...
WID.
Yeah, the acronym.
I'll be like, yo, daddy.
You know what I used to say? What does that mean, sir?
Yo, daddy.
What does that stand
WID. YODADDY. That's what I'm doing. Don't do that.
You couldn't even take the time to spell out all the letters.
And that's why, I can have a bit of a smart mouth and be a little bit I have a tad bit of jerkism in me, you know, especially if you've been talking to me for some while, you'll kind of know how to come at me, and I'm not going to leave it to chance. I'm going to let you know I am a conversation person. I'm not a big texter because I feel like me, and I'm personally, if you're texting me something important, I don't take it seriously because I feel like you texting her the same thing.
You gonna call me?
No, I feel like he's texting her the same thing. I'm like, you texting me and you texting her, so you trying to wait. Oh, don't let it be a stall in the conversation. Oh my God, I've already put you. You are already in the streets. In my opinion, you are over there in the streets category, and that's just where you are in the streets.
See, for me, it's more so perception, because you text me something, and to me, I'm gonna perceive it how I want to. What you doing? I'm gonna look at my phone and say absolutely nothing and walk away. I'm not doing anything. You couldn't, you know, you don't want to conversate with me, so I'm supposed to sit here and say, I went to work today. I blah 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 blah. I'm long-winded.
So wait, so Cedric is laughing. Cedric is saying LMA, and Leo is saying this is one of the greatest ones yet. Jay, which one? I don't know which
one.
Listen, I'm telling you, listen.
Look, Leo said, and now he cheating. Oh, because he texts you, right?
Yeah, right. You
have to know that Jay gonna take it to the extreme.
Always the extreme.
It's going over. It ain't going somewhere over the rainbow. It's gone.
So when you talk, so at least when you talk to me, you'll have an idea on how far this is gonna. You'll know how far it's gonna go. You're gonna know that. Oh, she finna go left. Oh gosh, she finna go left with it. Now here's the thing. It has nothing to do with being insecure, because for me, I don't believe that I'm insecure. I'm a little petty. I'm a whole lot of petty.
Take it up a notch.
Right. I will
Petty LaBelle.
I will definitely.
Petty Annie.
I reside. My address is Petty Island. That's where I live, over there on Petty Island. I'm working on it. You know, I am a work in progress, you all. He's not through.
Not working on it.
Listen, he is not through with me yet.
He could be through with me and done chew me up and spit me out, honey. And I am never gonna not be petty. I take joy out of being petty. It makes me happy to be petty. And my pettiness does not come from anger.
Man, because listen. You gotta know. I know what my bloodline is. See, that's where it comes from. That's where it comes from. If you know what my daddy is.
Hashtag Team Petty is fun. I just was having this conversation with this young man, and he was like, "When people are petty, it's out of anger." I said, "No, it's not. It's out of joy.
It's out
because
of
because you did exactly what you did, and you thought you was gonna get away with it, right? Whatever it is, whoever you are, you thought you was gonna cut me off. You thought you was gonna do that." Now my petty ain't. I'm gonna spit in your water and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's just nasty.
But my petty is a very like Capricorn. Thought about it, planned it out. You didn't even know that the petty hit you in your face. Bam! And you had to think about it, and that's where I take joy.
And I promise you, I take joy in it. Listen, that's why if you text me WYD, that's why the response would be yo daddy. That's why it will be that, you know. So don't text. I'm a caller. I like conversation. But again, these are some things that, you know, it is sad, but it's just the day and time that we're living in, modern days and modern time. Those are some other things now that yesterday it used to be just common. This is what we do. Common sense.
Petty.
This is how
I was petty back then too.
Oh, listen, baby, in the text, in the pager days.
You got a phone. No, what we used to say, you got a closet. Hang this up in it. Click.
I never used that one.
My friend want to talk to you. Who? Tone. Click. Petty.
I feel cheated now because I've never gotten a chance to use those lines at all.
I'm like, what was his name on Nutty Professor? Until he turned into
Buddy Love.
Buddy Love. I'm like Buddy Love to the 10th power, baby. I'm gonna crack the jokes on myself before you get there, and then be petty to you because you wanted to tell the joke. You
didn't get a chance to get it done.
I'm just petty.
But pettiness, like I say, for me, it's a bloodline thing. But chivalry dead in 2025? Is chivalry dead? What do you think, Lady Lotus? Is chivalry
What
dead?
age group we talking about?
Period.
Because if we talking about 30 and under, it's a possibility. I'm gonna give it 25 and under. 25 and under, I think they don't know nothing about chivalry. Now, if you in the plus plus crew and you just walking up to cars and not opening doors and you're not doing these things, I just like I don't even know what to say about you, sir.
And then now I'm gonna say this
And
though. Go ahead.
And women, if you're not carrying yourself in a way for these men to be chivalrous, shame on you.
Now I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna go and defend the men. And here's why. Because today, for the new people, I'm gonna say this. A lot of the new dudes, you're being raised by your mother, a single mother. Now, if she's never had a man to be chivalrous to her, she's not going to be able to teach that to her son. And it's only so much that we as moms know, as women, that know about being chivalrous. So the rest of that, all that manhood stuff, they have to get that from a man. We can't give them that. We can only give them the basics. We can give them a
disagree with you.
I listen. I've always said I cannot teach my son how to be a man, but being chivalrous is a part of, that's a manhood quality that only a man can teach a young man.
See, I disagree with that because chivalry is, what is the word I could use for that? It's mannerism. Mannerisms can be taught. Mannerisms can be shown, and being mannerable to a woman with chivalry doesn't have to be taught by a man. Now, it would be good if a man seen that, but I raised my sons by myself, and shoot, we ain't have no cars back then for somebody to know to hold the car door open or to know to walk on the inside or the outside. It's mannerisms that we've seen somewhere, even if we just saw it in a movie or on a TV or something like that. That's the only reason why I say I disagree with that part.
But I don't think, to me, chivalry and manners are two different things. Manners, don't burp at the table without saying excuse me, cover your mouth, don't fart at the table, you don't do, those are manner things. But these are, chivalry is characteristics,
it's a characteristic
of manhood that, like I say, I just don't think that men.
I think today we gotta disagree on that one. I still feel like chivalry is mannerisms. If a woman wants to have someone do chivalrous things for her, carry yourself in a certain way, mannerable, so that those things can happen for you as well. Because don't nobody want to be opening on car doors and closing car doors and doing all these things for some heifer. Sorry, I'm saying I mean it. But it's still mannerisms and how he's carrying himself. And his father may not have been a chivalrous man, but he still saw it and learned it and said, hey, you know what? I want to do that. I saw somebody else do it. And I like the way that woman looked at him when he did that. It's all can be learned.
Siobhan, I did not say that mannerisms can't be taught. I did not say mannerisms cannot.
Say that.
I did not say mannerisms cannot be taught. I said that I don't believe that a woman can teach a man how to be a man. I don't believe that a woman can teach a man mannerisms, how man characteristics. That's what I said. Characteristics. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. And I will stand 10 toes down on that. I did not say a woman cannot teach a man, or mannerisms cannot be taught. I did not say that. But a man has to teach a young boy how to be a man. I can teach my son mannerisms. I can teach him the basics from a woman's standpoint, a woman's point of view, but I cannot teach a man how to be a man. So all the manhood-ish that they need, they have to get it from a man, which is why fathers are so important. Uncles are so important. Brothers are so important. Male teachers, a man being present in a man's life is very important. Just like a father, the father cannot teach his daughter how to be feminine. He can teach her how to be a good person, but he cannot teach her how to properly wash and what she needs, the special little tricks that we as women know. Men have special little tricks that they know. We don't know what the men tricks are, just like what the men don't know what women tricks are and tips are that we need to give our daughters. Her father can't tell her certain things.
I don't think those things and chivalry go together.
No. I was thinking
okay.
back on the mannerisms.
Yeah.
What this lady was saying that I said mannerisms cannot be taught. Which again, I didn't say that. I said man characteristics cannot be taught by a woman. A man needs to give him that. But going back to chivalry, is it dead today? And Lady Lawrence, you were saying depending on the age category.
Depending on the age category, because I feel like this younger generation just want to and smoke. You know, I don't even know. They don't speak English, so it's just and the things that they do on the internet is just stupid. But like I said, in our generation, if you're not doing those things, it's something wrong, especially in the dating world. Now, I will say, I really disagree with and don't like how that's how you got me, and then you stop once you got me. So like we in this relationship now, like we're there, and all of a sudden you stopped opening my door for me. Now you still putting me on the inside. It's some of the stuff you do, but somewhere along the line, and I'll say I can't take fault in some of these things because you be in such a hurry and you grab that door. I done grabbed that door handle one too many times. We got reel this back now. I don't know. I feel.
Now Leo brings up a good point. Leo is saying, "Well, if I like you, I'm gonna be chivalrous."
Yeah.
What does that have to do? So my question is this: what does that have to do with anything? If you don't like her, why are you going out with her? It's not okay. So Leo, I want you to answer that. I got pushback for that. Why would you take somebody out if you don't like them?
Because she had a big old booty and
Such
some big old TT that they was sticking out.
Is a part of a man's being. And Pretty Tasha is saying exactly, Sister J. So yeah, I want to see that. And Leo is also saying,
Leo, call us. Tell him the phone number.
708-223-8953. Leo ain't gonna be brave enough to call us. So, but he's also saying, you're right, Jay. My uncles taught me. Cedric is saying, you teach a son chivalry by seeing what you allow him to see being done to you. Again, that's a minor part of it, Cedric, but would you agree that, listen, you all have tips and things like that as being a man conduct that we have no idea about, and every man is different, so you're gonna get some value, some different piece of game from this man versus your mom if you asking a question.
I'm gonna say this. I say that and I feel the way I feel about it because I'm a single mother and I raise my sons, and their mannerisms play a part in that because I don't touch the doorknob, because I taught him, you open the door for me. So if I'm teaching you, you open the door for me, you do these things for me, I'm in turn showing you this is how you take a person out on a date. They didn't have nobody there. So even when I took them out to eat and I took them to restaurants, pull my chair out for me, do this for me, your mama cold, give me your sweater. Now it will come off different if a man was showing them, but I still was able to show them because like they said, I wanted that or
Absolutely.
I desire it. So that's why I say we can still show them.
And I agree because again, being a mother of a son as well, you can show them and we can show them again based upon what we like, but it was so much more that he learned that from a man that I couldn't tell you because I'm a woman. I had no clue to a lot of the stuff. So I definitely am thankful for my village, for my brothers, for my uncles, for I put him in in activities.
Tell Leo the number again.
Okay, I put him in activities with strong Black men so that he can have an example. His godfather played a huge role in his life in bringing that manhood part together. I realized I raised a great dude, a great person with great manners and respect and all this and that. But that key to connect it all to that manhood,
right? It comes from the man.
It comes from a man.
Yeah.
So again, I laid the foundation.
I agree with that.
I laid the foundation. So again, you know, when they get up to that age and it's like, you got questions that I'm like, no, you know, I know the ladies' perspective of it, but I don't know what you guys deal with at that age. Let me turn you over to this guy, you know, so he can talk to you and help you figure it out. Because I don't want you to get it wrong, because I can only tell you how I feel about a woman.
Right. I agree with that. But when we talk about our topic with our chivalry, I do feel like women, if they're a single mother, like you said, a single mother can't do that. We can.
Right.
Because we show you from our point of view of what, if she that type of mama, I was that type of mama.
Right.
I'm not touching the door. I'm not taking the trash out. You do that. I do my parts over here. You do your parts.
And it's like we live in a day and time. But let's ask this. Fellas, do you all want women to be chivalrous to you all? Do you want
chivalry to men? We don't
have it, because the online source didn't say it. But we living in a day and time where they like, okay, well, listen. Now, I know one thing that I do that I feel like, you know, because you do it for me, I do it for you. Like, when a man opens my car door, when I get in the car, I'm opening his car door. I'm leaning over and I open his car door. Fellas, do you like that? Or
you open?
Yeah, so when I'm in the car, he's done shut the door, he's walking around to the car. I'm leaning over and I'm opening the car door.
You's a good one.
I always do that.
I never even
I've
thought
always
about it.
done that.
I make sure all the doors is unlocked.
So
now.
guys, is that doing too much? Should I not be doing that? Is that something that's like taking you guys out of your...
I feel like that's pretty nice. You opening the door so when he get around there, he can get on in the car.
I mean, and I've always done that because I'm like, you know, I don't know. Who told me to do that? I don't know, but I'm like, what the heck are you? What am I supposed to be doing while I'm sitting here in the car? Am I supposed to act like I don't see you walking around the doggone car? Like, what do you do in that time? So I reach on over, but fellas,
open the door.
Should I be opening the door? Or should I just sit there and look down at my phone and act like I don't see you walking around?
Leo said, do that, Jay. Leo, 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953.
And that's the comment.
We didn't forget.
I did. I'm sorry.
I did.
But, you know, but I'm like, that's what I do. So do men want women? So that's the only thing. I'm like, but I'm not ordering for you.
I don't know what y'all want.
Do men still pay bills? Do they still? Yes. You just got to get here's the thing. And for that, I don't think the paying bills is even about chivalry. I think it's about you finding it. For me, I don't think it's about that, because if he gonna do it, he gonna do it.
But that's what Grandpa did. Chivalry come from the grandpapa.
Yeah, but Grandpapa wasn't paying everybody bills though.
Grandpa wasn't paying everybody, but Grandpa was paying them bills in that house.
Right, but
Mama was taking care of the kids.
But for chivalry, for me, I'm like, if you are out with a woman and you taking a woman out, you should be opening the car door. You should, like, if I'm going, because
her hand.
All of that, you should be walking on the outside. And you saying, Jay, I'm not doing that for every chick. Then why take her out? Just go on to the bed and get it.
Get it over.
Just get it over with. If you're not gonna listen, if you're not gonna do it right, don't do it at all. But
you remember on the cartoons when it rained and they got to the puddle and the man took his coat off and threw it on the ground so she could step over it.
Wait, Dank is saying not paying any bills for any woman. She can pay her own bills. In that order, Dank. I'm with you on that. These are everybody on YouTube. But again, chivalry, in my opinion, chivalry is not dead. It's overshadowed by a lot of bull junkie.
Like everything else.
Everything good is being overshadowed by all of the foolishness and the nonsense. But they do pay bills. You just got it. And they do open doors.
You just gotta try.
And you gotta be her. You just gotta be her, because if they're not doing that, I think it's a lot. It's just they not feeling you. Like they're not feeling you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had to tell a man to open the door for me. I've never had to tell a man or ask a man to do any of that. Men do it for you. If you are that chick for them, if you the one, they gonna do it. If you gotta ask,
you might have to give them a little reminder, because they might not know or know no better. I did see a female. The guy came and picked her up from our job. She stood on the car. She waited till he figured it out, and he got up out that car and came around and opened that door for her.
Like,
we can
it's
make it
not
happen.
bad.
We can make
Chivalry,
it happen.
absolutely. So chivalry is still out there, and we fellas, we gladly want it. We accept it.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe to our channel, the Jaye Spot Radio, guys. Jay is spelled
Jaye.
Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Open them car doors. Listen, go ahead on over there. Listen, pay a bill or two. Don't sit up there and act all funny and stuff. Pay a bill or two. Don't be a stranger.
That's
But
why
can
she
you turn
be,
over for them? Good night, you guys. Thank you.
Slobbing on Bob sideways.
Yeah, see, you're not
You
gonna
ain't
get the
even
full
getting the full
satisfaction
potential.
because you ain't doing right. Good night, you guys. Thank you. Guys, thank you.